Tank Davis is fully focused and looking dangerous before his fight with Lamont Roach. Experts are already calling it a mismatch. Kenny Ellis tells the truth about Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach, explaining their sparring sessions and amateur history. He is sure about the result and says, "We all know how this will end."
Some word out there that Lamont say, he got some film that don't make Tank look too good. What could that? How could that affect, the outcome on December 14th?
Shit, man. Tank last 4 or 5 opponents all have film about how they beat him up in sparring. If that's the case, that shit happens. But fight night, we all know the outcome.
While Kenny Ellis confidently says Lamont Roach has no chance against Tank Davis, there's a different feeling coming from Roach's camp, one that's hard to ignore. Roach's strength and conditioning coach, DJ, isn't just hopeful. He's warning Team Davis. And it's not just about Roach's mindset. DJ says Roach is going into this fight not only stronger, but naturally bigger than Tank. He believes this size advantage could change how the fight plays out. DJ also said that Roach isn't struggling to cut weight, so he can fully focus on his strength, power, and endurance.
But for us, it's less work, actually, because, he walks around 155, 160, so that's just 5 fewer pounds to lose. So easy work for us, less of a cut, work on the strength, but he's always been strong.
But here's the twist. While Coach DJ describes Roach as stronger and fully prepared, some critics say size alone won't be enough to handle Tank's explosive power. Still, Roach's team believes this upgrade will make a difference. They think a fresher, stronger Roach can take Tank's punches and fight back, something past opponents couldn't do. So the big question is this Roach's secret advantage to survive Tank's attack, or is Team Davis right? And history will repeat itself? Even though Roach's team stays confident, boxing legend Oscar De La Hoya knows how tough this fight will be. While he respects Roach's skills, he was honest about how big the challenge is against Gervonta Tank Davis.
I think Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with GervontaDavis. GervontaDavis is, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting and making sure that he's in optimal conditions when he steps inside that squared circle.
But De La Hoya's words point out what many think is the biggest difference in this fight: Tank's non-stop focus and his rare ability to change a fight with just one punch. But even though De La Hoya admits Tank is a dominant fighter, he didn't fully count Roach out. Instead, he suggested that Roach has a hidden danger, something unexpected that could surprise even the best fighters.
It's going to be a tough night for Roach, but you can never count him out. Watching him fight up close and personal, he's sneaky good, which means he can catch you at any time. He can land combinations, sometimes at will, without you even knowing it. He's that sneaky. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But, obviously GervontaDavis has the experience. He has the knowledge. He has that mean streak in him that will take you out with any.
Oscar De La Hoya respects Lamont Roach's skills and unpredictable style. He made one thing very clear: Tank Davis is the favorite. His power, experience, and killer instinct set him apart. But in boxing, one perfect punch can change everything. The real question is, can Roach land his shot before Tank does? People keep talking about Roach's size, strategy, and sneaky skills. But Tank Davis isn't distracted. He's focused on one goal: destruction. While critics debate the fight, Tank has been locked in at the gym, sharpening the tools that have helped him knock out so many opponents. And if anyone doubts how seriously he's taking this fight, his latest sparring footage clears that up fast. Every punch in the video sends a warning. Tank's not here to play chess. He's here to finish fights. The speed, the timing, the raw power, it's all there. Tank's team believes that's what will break Roach down, no matter how clever or strategic Roach tries to be. But here's the thing. Not every fighter folds under pressure. Some rise to the moment. Roach's team is betting on his size, strength, and timing to turn the fight in their favor. This matchup might not be as one-sided as it looks. While people keep talking about Roach's physical advantages, Tank Davis is more focused, faster, and more dangerous than ever. His latest training footage shows the version of Tank fans have been waiting to see. Razor sharp, explosive, and fully locked in. It's not just speed or power, it's precision. Every move looks calculated. Every punch is thrown with bad intentions. That's what makes Tank so dangerous. He doesn't just win, he takes opponents apart. Still, Roach's team isn't backing down. They believe that if Tank gets too aggressive, he might slip up, and Roach will be ready to take advantage. The stakes are huge. One mistake could change the entire fight. But if Tank stays this sharp, Roach could be facing the toughest night of his career. Even as Roach's team highlights his size, strength, and smart tactics, not everyone is convinced. Coach Bullet didn't hold back. He made it clear that in his view, Roach isn't a real threat to Gervonta "Tank" Davis.
He doesn't have a chance. Tank is a very experienced, high IQ. You know, the only person that could have beat Tank was Rolly. I keep telling people that. Nobody's going to beat him because they don't bring nothing to the table to make him scared, to puzzle him, to make him, panic or open his eyes like a deer in headlights.
According to Coach Bullet, this fight isn't just about skill, it's about pressure. And so far, he doesn't believe Roach brings the kind of threat that will force Tank to really dig deep. But that's also where the danger is. When fighters don't feel challenged, they sometimes underestimate their opponent. Bullet admitted that. Still, he made one thing very clear. Tank Davis holds all the power in this fight.
Oh, this fight with Roach, I mean, it's Tank selling the fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody saying, hey, but it's boxing. I'm gonna give you 1,000. If Tank could get himself up to really fight this kid properly, he could really hurt him bad. But sometimes a good fighter, it's hard for him to get up for certain fights. And that's what I see in boxing a lot of time for many years. So I'm glad Roach is talking some mess to him, so maybe he'll put a little...
The Bullet's comments bring up a bigger question in the boxing world. Is Roach doing enough to really motivate Tank? Or will Davis treat this fight like just another day at work? Because if Tank walks into that ring fully focused, Roach could be up against an even more dangerous version of Davis than anyone expects. Some fans have asked why GervontaDavis chose Lamont Roach as his next opponent. But Tank's longtime trainer, Calvin Ford, explained that this fight is about more than rankings or contracts. It's about history, respect, and giving back to the community.
Man, they've been knowing each other from the amateurs, silver gloves, everything. They grew up actually together, back and forth battles and whatnot. It's going to be a pretty interesting fight, you know what I'm saying? Because Roach he come to fight. And I think it's a great fight. Everybody talking all that stuff about, why Roach? Because he signed and took the fight, you know what I'm saying? And it's good for the community.
This isn't just another random matchup. It's two fighters who've been in the ring together long before the bright lights and sold-out arenas. Their amateur history adds a layer of pride and competitiveness that fans might not see just by looking at the records. For Calvin Ford, that's what makes this fight so interesting. To him, it's not just about belts or records, it's about giving back to the community that raised both fighters and showing what happens when two hometown kids clash on the big stage. While most experts are picking GervontaDavis to win, Lamont Roach isn't taking the underdog role quietly. Instead of backing down from the odds, Roach is doubling down and making it clear he's not just here for a payday. He's here to make a statement.
It's going to be a different fight when I'm in there. He's going to be a different fighter when he's fighting me.
What's your game plan?
I'm always looking for a knockout. No matter what, I'm always prepared for 12 rounds. But I'm always looking for a knockout, and if I get the chance, I'm going to try to knock.
It's a bold statement, especially against a fighter like Tank, known for destroying opponents with brutal knockouts and precise technique. But for Roach, this isn't just talk. It's personal. He's been waiting for this moment since the amateur days, and now, under the bright lights, he's ready to flip the script. But the real question is, can Roach back up his words against one of boxing's deadliest finishers? Or will this fight end like so many of Tank's past matches, with another brutal stoppage and a cold reminder of what happens when you underestimate Gervonta Tank Davis. While Lamont Roach is ramping up the talk, Tank Davis is focused on what he does best, perfecting his craft. Known for his raw power and explosive combinations, Tank has been locked in, sharpening every punch with his trademark intensity. This isn't just regular training. It's Tank's signature approach, blending speed, power, and precision in every shot. With each thundering punch against the heavy bag, Davis is fine-tuning the kind of damage he plans to bring into the ring. There's no messing around here, just pure preparation for another dominant performance. While most fighters follow strict daytime training routines, GervontaDavis thrives on a rhythm that matches his unpredictable fight style. Calm, calculated, and explosive when it matters most. Known for being a night owl, Tank's training camp is designed around his natural energy flow, allowing him to peak when the lights are brightest.
A very, very big moment. What is your normal day-to-day like at this time of a camp?
I'm also a night person, but I might go to sleep probably around like 3 to 4. Probably wake up probably like 11, get my run in, and then eat, probably lay back down, and then wake up probably like 6 or 7 and get my...
This late-night grind isn't new for Tank Davis. It's a formula that's helped him keep his knockout power deep into fights by training his body to perform at its best at night. Davis makes sure that when it's time to step under those arena lights, he's already in his prime. As fight camp began, GervontaDavis wasted no time flipping the switch. From day one, it was clear that Tank wasn't easing into this camp. He was diving straight into beast mode. Focused, relentless, and explosive, he hit the gym with the same energy he plans to bring against Lamont Roach on fight night. This is the version of Tank that opponents fear. A fighter who doesn't just train to win, but trains to dominate. From the start of camp, every punch was thrown with knockout intent, signaling that Roach isn't just facing a focused Davis. He's facing a Tank determined to end it in brutal fashion. While GervontaDavis is known for his speed and ring IQ, it's his raw, destructive power that has made him one of boxing's most feared finishers. And in camp, that power is on full display. Each punch is thrown with bad intentions, designed to break through any defense. This isn't just strength, it's precision-packed force. Every hit is a reminder of why so many of Tank's opponents don't hear the final bell. With that kind of power locked in, Lamont Roach will have to be flawless. Even the smallest mistake could mean lights out. While Roach's technical skills and ring IQ make him a legitimate threat, GervontaDavis enters this matchup as the more dangerous and explosive fighter. Roach's sharp boxing and defensive awareness might help him control the early rounds, using his footwork and jab to keep Davis at bay. However, as the fight goes on, Davis's power and ability to adjust mid-fight could begin to shift the momentum. If Roach can maintain distance and avoid Davis's heavy shots, he might be able to extend the fight into the later rounds. But Tank's relentless pressure and knockout power make that a tough challenge. The opening rounds will likely be a tactical chess match, with Davis patiently looking for gaps in Roach's defense while Roach tries to capitalize on counter-punching opportunities. As the fight wears on, the big question is whether Roach can withstand Davis's sustained power. If not, a late-round stoppage could be inevitable. While Roach's skill set shouldn't be overlooked, Davis's punching power and finishing instinct give him a clear edge heading into this bout. Nonito Donaire, known for his ring IQ and technical brilliance, didn't hold back when predicting how Lamont Roach could pull off the ultimate upset against GervontaDavis. While many see Tank's power and aggressive style as overwhelming, Donaire believes there's a tactical blueprint Roach can follow if he stays disciplined. He laid it out clearly.
And then just lastly, man, what chances do you give Roach next month against Tank?
You got to outbox him until, you cannot let Tank pressure you enough to sharpshoot you like he has with all the other fights. That's it. Just get the hell out. Throw the jab, feint, throw the jab. He's going to come forward because he's a shoulder guy. Feint, feint, feint. Don't stay there. Step out, step here, step there, whatever you need to do. Don't get hit. And if he comes in, grab in, hold, like a Bevo fight.
A Donaire-esque strategy focuses on movement, feints, and discipline, avoiding the power shots that have ended so many of Davis's fights early. It's a high-risk, high-reward game plan, but if Roach can execute it perfectly, he might just turn the tables. Still, the challenge remains. Can Roach maintain that level of control for all 12 rounds without slipping into Davis's danger zone? Fight night gets closer. Lamont Roach is pushing himself to the limit in camp, focusing on one key mission: finding a way to neutralize GervontaDavis's power. Known for his technical skills, Roach is now adding serious force behind his shots, preparing for the kind of firefight that Tank is known to drag his opponents into. Roach cranks up the intensity, hammering the heavy bag with what his team calls tank buster shots, power punches designed to break through Davis's high guard and make a statement. Roach isn't just training to survive, he's training to win. By increasing his punching power while maintaining speed and precision, he hopes to catch Davis off guard and flip the script. It's a risky strategy, but if Roach can land one of these tank busters clean, the entire fight could shift in an instant. While many see GervontaDavis as the heavy favorite, Lamont Roach isn't just showing up to play defense. Known for his technical skills and deceptive timing, Roach is focused on one thing: landing the perfect shot that could end the fight. His team believes Davis's aggressive style could actually open doors for Roach to capitalize. In this clip, Roach breaks down the exact punch he plans to use, showing the sneaky power that's often overlooked. It's not about throwing wild haymakers. It's about precision, timing, and making every shot count. Roach's confidence isn't just talk. Fighters who underestimate his power have paid the price before, and he's counting on Davis to walk into something he doesn't see coming. If Roach can bait Tank into overcommitting, that sneaky shot could flip the entire narrative and lead to one of boxing's biggest upsets. On the other hand, GervontaDavis is fine-tuning the aggressive style that's made him one of boxing's most dangerous finishers. Known for his ability to read opponents and set brutal traps, Tank isn't just relying on raw power, he's using slick footwork, sharp feints, and precise angles to create openings for his devastating shots. Davis shows exactly how he plans to dismantle Roach, using smart pressure, calculated movement, and explosive combinations to force mistakes and capitalize in the most punishing way possible.
Oh, stop closing up. Gotta let it go. Keep turning, step around. Keep turning.
Davis isn't just chasing the knockout. He's setting it up with every small move. His ability to bait opponents, force them off, balance, and then explode with fast combinations is what makes him so dangerous against a fighter like Roach, who relies on timing and counters. Tank's footwork and feints could be the key to breaking Roach down and finishing the fight in dramatic fashion. If there's one thing that makes GervontaDavis a nightmare for his opponents, it's his blistering hand speed. Tank doesn't just throw punches. He explodes with combinations that are nearly impossible to read, let alone defend against. This is where he separates himself from most fighters. In his latest training session, Davis puts that speed on full display, showing the kind of rapid-fire combinations that can shift the momentum of a fight in seconds. It's that kind of speed, mixed with his timing and power, that makes Tank so dangerous. Roach will need to be razor-sharp defensively, because once Davis closes the distance, those fast, snapping punches can break through even the tightest guard. The question isn't if Davis can land, it's whether Roach can survive when he does. But the way Tank is moving in camp right now, fast, focused, and deadly accurate, it's hard to see anyone standing in his way. His timing looks razor-sharp, his footwork is tighter than ever, and that explosive power is still a game-changer. Lamont Roach is no pushover, but if Tank carries this form